Hello everybody, welcome to this quick video on the Vintageous plugin for Sublime Text 3. Now this is a plugin that's going to give you functionality of VIM in your Sublime Text editor. Now VIM is actually an old text editor. It's been out there for a long time. There's a bunch of plugins for it, and I'm just going to give you my 2 cents on it and why I think you should be using the Vintageous mode plugin instead of the original, the OG VIM that runs on the terminal. Now the OG Beam has a lot of features and has a lot of plugins, but actually I read about a bunch of articles recently, and I'm not an expert at Beam by any means. Actually, I just started a couple of months ago, but I do know the basic ones already. And they say that typically, and this is part of your story as well, when you start or when you already have some time and you want to be more productive, typically what they say is that you gotta learn BIM in order to basically move as fast as possible, because BIM, the philosophy is you don't remove your hands off the keyboard, and as soon as you basically move your hands to the mouse, you're losing time and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I can see where they're going, but I guess that's a little extreme. What they say as well is that in order to actually master it, it takes about 2 years or even more. Now this actually, you probably don't believe it. Actually, I didn't believe it myself, because I actually learned most of the stuff within maybe a little couple, maybe 2 or 3 days. But actually, the thing that you need to understand is that it's not committing the shortcuts to memory, but actually committing them to muscle memory. And there's a difference. It's like you can memorize the keyboard and all the letters, but it's different to actually just type a whole bunch of words, because you already have those in muscle memory, right? So you're just able to type in whatever words and all that kind of stuff. So that's basically the goal that everybody wants you to get to. Now, if you actually try it out on the actual text editor on the terminal, so I have it here as well here. So if I hit type BIM, just open BIM, you're able to use it on the terminal here, and basically go to insert mode here, type some stuff here. Now, actually, right off the bat, BIM is actually very ugly. It has a bunch of, it doesn't have a lot of stuff, and it's just vanilla BIM. It's just not that useful. So you have to install a bunch of plugins. Now, what experts say is that once you get to year 2 or something like that, you're gonna realize that all these plugins, they actually interfere with one another. They cause a lot of problems, and ultimately it's just a pain. This kind of stuff is not really worth it. Like, it doesn't have support for languages like HTML, PHP right off the bat, which is kind of dumb actually nowadays. So I'm just gonna exit here, quit here. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, so the solution to that is actually the Vintageous plugin. So I'm just gonna download it here. You're gonna download the zip file. It doesn't come through package control. I have no idea why. Basically, all the other ones come through package control except this one. So just download the zip file. I already have it downloaded here. So open it up. I'm gonna drag it to my desktop. So once you open it, you're gonna have all these files here. Now you're gonna have to create a zip file for all of this. So right click here, and you can use 7-zip, or you can use win WinRAR, like in my case. So I'm just gonna change this to .zip, and that's gonna zip the entire thing here. Now, in order for Sublime Text to accept it as a package, you're gonna have to give the extension Sublime Package, and you're gonna get this error, and that's just a common thing that you're gonna get. So just press yes here, and where you install this actually depending on your operating system. So under Windows, assuming you install it in the default directory, it's gonna be under local C drive users, your username, and it's gonna be under app data, and it's hidden by default. So you're gonna go to folder options, go to view, and make sure you have this checked, show hidden files and folders. So you're gonna go inside there, go to roaming, go to Sublime Text 3, and go to install packages, and you're gonna drag it in here. Now, I didn't have it installed in there, so mine is actually installed in Sublime Text 3 C drive. That's because I have a portable version, and I have it under data, install packages, and I already dragged it in here. So that's why you have it. You see it right here. So I'm not gonna drag it in there again. So once you have it installed, you can just close this here, and it should work right off the bat. So you're able to do things that you're able to do in BIM. So if you hit the escape key, you could see that the cursor goes underneath, and that means you're in normal mode, so you can go right, you can go left, you can go up, down, you can go to words and at the end of the words and this kind of stuff. Now some of the things that this plugin fixes that the vintage mode actually doesn't do is like actually pretty trivial stuff, like going to line numbers. It doesn't work on the vintage mode, but it does work on this plugin. So if you're under normal mode and then you go to colon and then type the number, let's say 55, hit enter, well now you're in there, which you weren't able to do. You could also do search, so you can go to the / and do something like window, hit enter, and then you could go to the next occurrence with the N key, so the next, 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 and that's all there is to it. There's a lot of more stuff, but that's basically it. Fixes all of the bugs that the other plugin wasn't able to do. Now when you actually do more kind of stuff, you're gonna realize that the escape key is actually very inconvenient. It actually makes the whole thing, the whole philosophy of not leaving your keyboard or BIM actually completely useless, because you're gonna have to hit the escape key. Now you could also bind it under preferences here, and go to key bindings and go to users and bind the particular the normal mode to use to escape insert mode on Sublime Text 3. But there's actually a much better way that I found that I think you're gonna take advantage of this particular technique, and that is to bind a particular key in your keyboard that you don't need to the escape key. So without a doubt, the useless key that you have in there is the caps lock key on the left side. So that's actually the key that you're going to be using most often, because you're going to be switching back and forth from insert to normal mode. And now all you're going to have to do is use your left pinky and click that caps lock, and you're going to go back and forth insert like this so quick without leaving your keyboard and without going to that escape key all the way in the corner. Now in order to do this on the Windows, you're gonna have to mess around with the registry, so it's actually very dangerous to do that. So what I found is this program known as Sharp Keys, which essentially is a program in order to do that. You could download it here at sharpkeys.coldplex.com, which I'm gonna put the download link. If you're on a Linux, then you could just go to Preferences, Keyboards, and there should be somewhere in there about it under Advanced. I did it on. I have different operating systems on this computer, and I was able to do it, so you should be able to do it as well. And under Mac, you should be able to do it as well under Preferences. Under Windows, once you download this, basically you're gonna install it like any regular program. You're gonna go to Add here, and you're gonna find the cap locks here on the left side, and it should be under Special Characters, and you should find it in here. I don't have it here because I already used it in here, so you're gonna find it under around here somewhere, cap locks. And on the right side you're going to use the special character, which is going to be the escape, and these numbers here are actually the numbers for the registry that you would have to use manually, but they're going to do it here for you. So I'm just going to cancel out of this because I don't want to add another rule, and you're going to save it and essentially just exit here. I'm not sure, but I think you have to, yeah, you have to restart your computer. So once you restart it, now as soon as you hit the cap locks key, you're gonna be able to use the insert mode. So go right, and then just go up, down, insert, hit the escape, hit the cap locks, and you're under escape. And you're gonna be able to do this often, and you could do this. It doesn't only work here for Sublime Text. You're gonna be able to do it throughout any program. It's just basically you're gonna have two escape keys. So that's basically it. I hope this basically gives you a productivity boost. Essentially, if you use it like this, I think you will gain productivity. So thank you for watching, and see you guys later.